Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in to another brand new episode of the Chessmove Radio. But before I get into the topic, go and like, comment, and subscribe to the Chessmove YouTube channel. And also, while you're doing that, please go and download the Podbean app so you can listen to the latest episodes of Chessmove Radio. Other than that, man, today's topic I'm going to be talking about, are you a slave to brand names? But other than that, man, before I get into the game, I'll be right back after these messages. Start investing in your future today. Don't wait till tomorrow, don't wait till next week, and don't wait till 3 months down the line. Invest in your future today. And if you are interested in investing in your future so you can secure it financially, hit me up at myfutureinvestment317@gmail.com. That's myfutureinvestment317@gmail.com. Graduation is an important time for everybody. So if you are interested in getting you a custom-made graduation cap to separate you from the rest of your graduation class, you can always DM Erica Brown at her Instagram, Arius_Art Palace. That's EERIES_Art Palace. And she will consult you with your ideas and help you along the way, get you what you're looking for. So once again, DM Erica Brown at her Instagram, EERIES_Art Palace.
Turn it up so you can tune in to the Chessmove Radio.
He needs some milk.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm back. Like I said, today's episode, man, I'm going to be talking about, are you a slave to brand names? But before I get into the topic, if you haven't yet, listen to the first 4 or 5 Chessmove episodes. You can also always go to the Chessmove Radio YouTube channel and get caught up. And like I said, you can download the Podbean app, or you can go to their website, Podbean, and listen to Chessmove Radio latest episodes. But other than that, man, how is everybody doing today? Today is a good day. So far, so good for me. It's the last day of the grind for many. I know some people got to work on the weekend, but today, for most, is the last day. But other than that, before I get into the topic for today, I want to talk about a little bit of the news going on, little bit things going on in the world. I don't know if anybody have yet heard the news of Offset. Apparently, he was issued a warrant for his arrest because when he was in a Target store there in Atlanta, a guy tried to photobomb him with a video. So Offset, he was minding his own business when this guy tried to photobomb him in a video. So Offset walked over there and knocked the phone out of the guy's hand, and the phone fell and it cracked the screen. So the thing about this is, man, a warrant was issued for his arrest, and they trying to charge Offset with a felony. A felony, we talking about over a phone, an iPhone at that. So they said he cost $800. The phone is worth $860. So I'm trying to understand, where does the felony come in at? It's ridiculous. We talking about an iPhone, and they trying to charge him with a felony over breaking his phone because it broke. This is crazy, man. And that's why I said, man, the system that we live in, when it comes to Black Americans, they go over and beyond to find anything to lock us up over. When you're a celebrity, sometimes you want your privacy. You want to be left alone. And, Offset, he's in the Target store, minding his business, when you have this guy apparently knew what he was doing when he tried to photobomb him within a video that this guy had going. So it's one of the things, as a celebrity, when you out and about and you mind your business. You just want to be left alone. You have some people who's going to try to agitate you, going to try to do something, to stir you up, to cause you to react to whatever they trying to do by trolling you. Hopefully that they can be able to get the bag from you. Some people do it on purpose for clout chasing reasons. Some people do it for reasons because they are chasing that bag. Hopefully they can get a lawsuit and come up off of you, off the money that you have to owe them. So I don't know where Offset stands right now. I know he did turn himself in because he had a warrant for his arrest. So I don't know as of right now what's going on his behalf, because it's so fresh right now. So I don't think anybody have the news of if Offset is going to do any time behind this or have to pay a settlement fee, what have you, because it's so fresh, like I said. So I'm going to stay tuned on that and keep you updated about that. But other than that, man, what else is going on in the news today? Oh, yeah, Florida. If you haven't seen yet, Florida passed a bill where teachers are now allowed to carry guns to school. And I know some people was like, well, that's a good thing. They can help protect students. They can help protect anybody that's trying to come up here and do any type of mass shootings. But you got to understand, this don't have anything to do with that, because when you do understand about the whole thing is who's going to be targeted, because at the simple fact, who does the mass shooting in schools? Little white kids do. So they're not going to target white kids. These teachers that we're talking about are going to target our kids, black kids, for the simple fact now they can have a justified reason why they had to use their gun to shoot a black kid. And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be too long where it's going to be a story happening in Florida that a teacher shot a black kid. Because when you see police officers getting off with immunity when shooting an unarmed black person, what you think a teacher gonna get? And you got some of these teachers that have white supremacist ideologies. You got some teachers that's racist. So what you think they're gonna do when they get a black child in their classroom and they purposely try to agitate this black child so they can justify using a gun? I can see this happening right now. A teacher justifying why he had to use his gun on a black student. And that's why I say, black parents, we cannot allow things like this to go on. And far as dress codes, because when you allow policing of dress codes, now teachers get to carry guns to school. That opens our kids up to be targeted now. No other kids gonna be targeted but black kids in this situation. And this is ridiculous. I don't think it's a good thing, for the simple fact, like I said, it's not gonna be too long where a teacher is gonna pull out their gun and use that same narrative that these cops use. I fear for my life, so I did the next thing. I shot him. So mark my words as today. Mark my words as today. It's not going to be too long where one of these teachers is going to shoot one of their unarmed black students, because like I said, black students, black kids, period, don't do mass shootings at school. So who you getting the guns for? You getting it for who? You getting it for little white kids, because little white kids that went and shot up schools, they don't get shot. They don't get harmed. They get brought in alive, or they end up killing themselves at the end of the day after doing a mass shooting. So what is this for? Who is it for? But other than that, another thing going on in the news, I know you heard about Facebook, where Facebook banned 4 people One of them was, what is his name? Hold on, I gotta look up his name. I'm bad with names. I am very bad with names. I noticed that a long time ago. Okay, here we go. Alex Jones. And you all know Alex Jones. He's that conspiracy theorist, white supremacist. Then you got Milo, who's, part of the LBTG community, who's a little known white supremacist. Then you got Laura Loomer. Who else? Who's a white supremacist? So you got these three white people, and understand the main person that they wanted to get was no other than Minister Louis Farrakhan. They've been trying to get Farrakhan. I tell you, Facebook been trying to get Farrakhan for years now. So they trying to deem him as posting hate speeches, which Farrakhan don't post hate speeches. Farrakhan posts speeches about the truth, about love, how to respect yourself, how to get to know yourself, know who you are. He don't tell you to go and commit violence against anybody. He's not that of a Alex Jones, a Milo, or Laura Loomer. But you got to understand, in the system of white supremacy, there's always going to be some white sacrifices to get to many black people, black Americans. And understand, these three white people, Alex Jones, Milo, and Laura Loomer, were nothing but white sacrifices, so they can be able to justify why they put a lifetime ban on Louis Farrakhan. See, Facebook already went through that past incident where you had a lot of racism going on within their office, people writing on the board, black lives don't matter. So now you got this situation at hand, and they don't want to come out looking like they racist by only putting a lifetime ban on Minister Louis Farrakhan. So they use Alex Jones and the other two as white sacrifices, because who really cares of what Alex Jones talk about? He's a conspiracy theorist. Blah, 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 the Illuminati, Bilderberg, blah, 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 all this other stuff. You know how he does, go in his white supremacist, conspiracy theorist rants that he do. So that's what I'm saying. Facebook, we gotta, as black Americans, we gotta put together our own social media, man. Get off of these platforms that's ran and controlled by suspected white supremacists. But other than that, man, let me get into the game. Like I said, today's game I'm gonna be talking about is, are you a slave to brand names? And well, I came up with this topic for the simple fact, man, I notice a lot of black people throughout times, a lot of black people now that will go for broke to buy brand names, who have this plantation mentality that they only want to be seen in name brand. They value themselves with how much name brand clothing, shoes, purses, what have you, in their possession. And it's so bad that you got some people that don't want to be seen around other people that don't have name brand or items on. See, this goes all the way back to black people being deprived amongst a lot of things. So, you growing up and your parents can't afford name brand clothing. So when you get older and you get a nice job, or you come up on some money, the first thing you do is go for broke. You go and buy name brand items. You value name brand items because, like I said, black people been disenfranchised, been treated as second-class citizens for so long. They look for approval. They want to be seen. They want to be noticed. They want that recognition. It's just like black people, when you got that saying where black people look for white acceptance, and this is what it is. See, you got some black people that buy name brand items because they want to feel equal to the dominant society. You got some just buy name brands because, like I said, they want that recognition. They want that acceptance. Where you got some black people who want to be able to separate themselves from other black people that can't afford them name brands. You got some black people that be like, look, I'm not like the rest of them black people over there. I can afford it. In most instances, majority of black people can't afford it. Majority of black people that do buy name brands is living paycheck to paycheck will go for broke just to be seen. See, when you take it all the way back, when things were segregated, black people, we didn't really care about no name brands. We didn't care about because we had our own brands. We had our own clothing. We had our own thriving black communities. We didn't depend on the white dominant society. We didn't depend on anything of such, what have you. But nowadays, when integration happened, we got rid of all our things. Everything that we came up with, things that we built just to be able to buy within the white community. We got rid of all our things so we can be able to shop where white people shop at, so we can feel equal to white people when we buy the same product as white people do. So therefore, black people got that slave mentality, plantation mentality. If I don't buy name brand things, I'm not going to be equal to my white counterparts. I'm not going to be equal to white people. I'm not going to get that acceptance or the recognition from people of the dominant society. And it's a sad situation, man. And I'm going to play this video. It's called How to Sell to Negro. You can find it on YouTube. I think this video was made back in 1954, and it's spot on. Mind you, 1954, it's going on 2019 right now. So understand, in the system of white supremacists have think tanks to study black people. This was actually a study. This video was actually a study of how to market to black people. Understand, white supremacists know black people better than we know ourselves. They know what we like. They know how we like to shop. They know what we like to spend our money on. So understand, it's not just clothing. The auto industry, they market certain cars to black people. Understand this. And it was a report. It just came out. Actually, a video that I just seen where a white woman is on there talking about Magnum condoms. And she specifically said Magnum condoms market their condoms towards black men. And I could believe that to be true. Even though Magnum is known for a gun, but that company market they condoms towards black men. And understand, every facet of life market their things towards black people because they understand how powerful the black dollar is. But don't get me wrong, it's no power into being consumers. It's not a such thing of consumer power whatsoever. See, black people, we got that mindset that it's power into having consumer power, and it's not. So we spend our money on things that don't have any type of value whatsoever. And it's sad, man. It's a sad situation that it is, man. So I'm going to end up playing this video so you can get the idea and the mind frame of how these white supremacists are when it came to this study. And you will see how point and spot on it is. And like I said, this was done back in 1954. It's going on 2019 right now. So let me go ahead and cue this up so you can definitely take a listen to this video. Just a second.
can no longer be pigeonholed. They cannot be classified as prospects who trade only in certain stores, certain neighborhoods. Today, Negroes shop downtown. They shop in supermarkets. They shop in small neighborhood stores. They'll buy from anyone who wants to sell to them. But we all know that before you can sell to customers, you've got to get to know them. You must understand something about them. What do the Negro customers buy? Why do they buy? How do you sell to them? Let's find out. Let's hear the opinion of men who have spent a lifetime studying the buying habits of customers the world over. Here is what sales psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now,
let me pause it for a minute. You hear that word, recognition? See, white supremacists, they understand how important black people want white acceptance. So by them understanding that, they know how to take advantage of that. But I'm going to continue to play the video so you can listen.
Nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated.
See, important and appreciated, man.
It's a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits.
See, they got us down packed, man.
In every
3
sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands. Do you wonder why? Well, listen to what this customer is thinking.
Hold on, let me pause it for a minute so I can piggyback on that little small snippet. You hear what he said, right? If you're trying to sell to the Negro, you got to understand his shopping habits. You got to know it. You got to study it. And I promise you, man, when you go to the store, when you got salespeople walking the floor and they see a black customer within their store, they know how, they understand how to market the clothes within that store to you. They know how to get you to buy things. They know what to say to you because they understand your shopping habits.
That last hat I bought just didn't hold up at all.
You see, for a long time, the Negro has been sold a lot of shoddy class merchandise.
Shoddy.
So now he asks for name brands in order to make sure he gets his money's worth. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives. Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact that many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others. What their friends may think of a certain item often decides whether or not the sale is made. So remember, the Negro buys quality merchandise. That's the second important point. And here's the third thing to remember when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't try to sell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
There's a reason for this reaction. Again, because he's had experience with cheap merchandise, the Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price. The Negro buys by brand, he buys quality, and he doesn't like to be switched at point of sale. These are the keys to selling the Negro customer.
All right, let me stop it right there. So you can go to YouTube, like I said, and you can listen to the rest of that video, watch it. It's called How to Sell to a Negro. It came out in 1954. So when you see the video, it's 1954 in parentheses. in the thumbnail of the video, so you know you got the right one. But let me piggyback again on what this video talking about. You hear the second point that he made, the second habit, is you shopping for acceptance of the opinion of your friends. That goes back to me saying you have some people don't want to be seen around others if they not dressed in name brands. So you have a lot of black people shop and get name brands because they worrying about the opinions of their friends or a friend. They care about the opinion. So they want that acceptance from their friend, which is not a friend. If you got to wear name brand items to hang around a person or be around a person, or order for a person to be around you, then that's not a friend. So that's definitely influenced us psychologically, and it plays on our subconscious mind to buy that item because we thinking about such and such got this and that. I need to get that. I need to get something that's name brand. Then the third habit he said is don't try to switch or change a black person's mind at a point of sale. Because when you do that, subconsciously, we say within our mind, I guess he think I can't afford this. And some of them use that to their advantage to help make that sale to a black person. Because they know, you tell a black person, hey, look, did you see our clearance rack over there? We got some nice things on the clearance rack. So just like the black guy in the video, you get to thinking like, would this salesman or the salesperson don't think I can afford this? Why he telling me about some clearance rack? So right then and there, it makes you want to go and buy it. And they know that. That makes you want to go buy it. And another thing, if they didn't mention in the video, you have a lot of black people that goes within stores and treat it bad within these stores. A racially profiled within these stores. And it don't matter how they get treated within the store, it makes them want to buy and spend their money even more at this store just to show them that, hey, I got money. I'm not this broke person you think I am. Because as soon as you walk in the store, just like it goes back to, what's that? I think it happened a couple years ago, that Tory Lanez situation, where he went to the store and I guess they felt like he didn't have no money to buy anything in that store. So that made him want to buy things at this store just to prove to them that he can afford this brand, he can afford this item, he can afford whatever is in the store, which is crazy, man. And that's another thing that they did not mention in the video of psychologically how that does plays effect on black people wanting to buy high quality things within the store. Because when you racially profile a black person and make them feel like they can afford anything in that store, it makes them want to buy in this store. It makes them want to spend their money in this store. And it doesn't make sense at all, man. So don't, man, feel like you have to get approval for anybody because you got to go and buy name brand things. I understand. Look, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to spend their money whatsoever. I'm not trying to tell nobody how to spend their money whatsoever at all. But at the same time, I know people like to go and buy the name brand things. I know people like to buy quality. Yes, good quality. You want to buy good quality. But don't get it confused. You have items out here that's off-brand that's better quality than some of this name brand stuff out here. And you got some of this off-brand items that use the same manufacturer as these name brand companies. And I understand, man, black people, black people like they name brand items. Black people like they name brand purses. Black people like they name brand shoes. Black people like they name brand hats. I know black people like they weave. They like everything. Everything that's name brand. Everything that's top quality and name brand, I understand. But don't be a victim to being a slave to name brand whatsoever. Because if you feel like you need name brand to make you feel good, to be accepted, to get recognition, then you might be a slave to name brands. And it doesn't have to be that way. But other than that, man, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. Like I said before, if you want to check out the latest episodes of the Chessmove Radio, you can go to the YouTube channel. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to all the episodes there. And you also can go, like I said, download the Podbean app and go to the site Podbean, and you can listen to the Chessmove episodes that way too. And make sure you follow me on Podbean app. And you can also listen to it on my Facebook page too. But other than that, man, I want everybody to have a good day. Continue to have a good weekend. And make sure whatever you do, man, be safe out here because it's Cinco de Mayo. It's Sunday, Cinco de Mayo. Matter of fact, it's celebrated this whole weekend. So do not drink and drive. And if you have to drink, we got Uber, we got Lyft, we got cab service. Call a friend, call anybody that you know that can come and pick you up. Because it's not worth losing your life or taking a life or going to jail for whatsoever. But other than that, man, everybody have a good day. And also, before I forget, the first Chessmove shirt is in production, and I will be releasing it online next week. So other than that, please be easy. And I'm out of here. Yep.